What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Travis. Of course, you are watching TWA Motorsports, and today, well, guys, we're continuing a little bit on the OBS truck. So look, I want to test fit a couple things before I take, mainly, look, I want to test fit that trim piece that goes behind the bumper and hooks to the grill. I want to test fit the grill. I want to see how these aftermarket parts fit, right? So after I do that, we're gonna pull it all back off. I'm gonna clean up these bolt or these mounting points for the front bumper. But look, I want to make sure everything fits kind of nicely, and then we're going to take these off. I'm going to POR 15 these brackets, and I'm going to clean up the bolts. I'm going to clean up kind of behind the grill. I did kind of this area when we were putting this thing together in the last video. You guys got to see it run, which is exciting. And so I'm just going to kind of continue my cleanup and installation of parts. So I think the very first thing we're going to do, guys, is I think we're going to unwrap the bumper over here. So I'm going to grab the front bumper that we've got in the box up there. I'm going to get it on the trailer here, kind of push this stuff out of the way. We're going to be using these two pieces too. That's the grill and the filler panel. But and I might in this video test fit the hood. We'll just have to see on that. I'm going to need some help for that. But let's get the bumper up here, get it opened up, and we'll go from there. Here's the front bumper. I just had a razor blade to cut it open so you guys can see it as I do. So if it has any bends, we can have proof, right? I don't know. Package them well. And look, guys, I just happen to be in Kansas City. I know LMC they seem to have a pretty good reputation of having quality parts. I hate having stuff like this shipped to me. Inevitably, it's just destroyed when you get it. So, we'll see how it looks. Maybe better. Slide it forward and tip it on its skin. So it doesn't come with the trim. Bummer. That sucks. Okay, so if you'll notice the belt trim, that's the first thing I noticed here. The belt trim is not on there. That sucks. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get this finished unwrapped, and we're gonna bring it over and kind of set it into place on the truck here, or at least give it a shot. Let's see what we got. It looks okay. I mean, it doesn't look bad. Let's see how it lines up with the factory mounting spot. Oh man. Seems to line up pretty decent. I think that one of my brackets is a little tweaked. But the bumper itself looks pretty good. All right, I'm gonna grab a couple of my bolts, and I'm just gonna thread them in to hold it in place so it doesn't fall off on the floor and bend up. But I'm looking at my gap here and my gap on the other side, and they're spot on. And where it's lining up, I think as we snug it down, it's gonna move a little bit. Like I said, I think a couple of my brackets on the other side are a little tweaked. Now, I'm taking each one of these bolts over and cleaning them up on my wire wheel. You can see I can't get quite in there, but I'm gonna coat these, at least this part and the top, with POR 15 once we come back together, or once we're going back together. Like I said, though, I'm just test fitting for now, and that one's locked up. It's so crusty. I'm only putting them in the top. I'm not worrying about the bottom right now. And there is a little bit of an alignment issue. Like I said, I think one of my brackets over there is tweaked, but that's okay. We'll address that once we get everything kind of in place. Had to do some bracket tweaking, but seems to fit okay. This bracket over here, I think, like I said, guys, was bent. So what I did is I unhooked it. I hammered around on it a little bit to bring it out. It was bent like in, so it was rolling the bumper up on this side. So I took it off, took it over to my vise, beat the crap out of it, and now we're good. So yeah, what I'm looking at is the sides, you know, the gap on each side between that lower piece, and it looks good. It's uniform. I got that accomplished. I kind of wiped the bumper off because it drives me crazy to have fingerprints on it. But guys, I'm gonna try this piece. Okay, so this is the closeout panel. It makes this all look quite a bit nicer. Looks like it hooks there. Okay, and then I think it snaps into the sides here. Okay, it does. I just wonder the fitment. You know, it's aftermarket. The fitment's not stellar. I've got the 7mm that came in this thing. Let's get a couple of them started here. I tried, guys, like heck to get one of these used because I really wanted a GM one. And they, honestly, you know what? I didn't even check into it. You may be able to get a GM one still. I doubt it though. Let's see, this alignment on this end isn't great. And I think I could trim it a little and make it fit a little nicer. It's okay. And look, it's plastic, so look, it could gradually relax and fit nicer, if that makes sense. If I can get some better days with some heat out here, it might fit a little nicer. You know, see that, how it's popping up in the middle? Side to side, it fits okay. This part was like $12, so it's not a super expensive piece. So I won't feel bad about like tossing it if it doesn't fit right. It's the sides that seem to fit like crap. The little hooks that go, man, that is wavy. I don't know. I don't like this. Not in love with it right now. It just looks really wavy. And the bumper actually looks like it needs to come back. This needs to go forward. These sides don't line up at all, the outers. Not even close. I mean, I could probably get it in there, but it's not gonna fit great. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I may I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's really wavy on the front too. Huh. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut these hooks off the end. Or I'm gonna shave them down a little bit. I don't know how much room I have to trim them down. I'll take it off and show you. So you see these hooks on the end? These right here are supposed to set into the truck. The problem is it's not going down far enough to grab this screw hole. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna file these down on both sides to get it to come down, and maybe then it won't be so wiggly in the middle. That's just added protection, you know, to keep it from moving. But I don't know if the factory ones are this kind of material. This I thought they were like a hard plastic, but maybe they just get that way and brittle over time. I don't know. Well, it is better. Looks like the bumper needs to go back a little bit on this side, which I don't get because, maybe just a little bit. Yeah, okay, that makes a little more sense. We can push the bumper back maybe a little bit, but I've got them for the most part snug down, and it definitely needed that, but I may still, I don't know, I may end up getting another one of those. I love it. Maybe, like I said, it gets less weight. You know, I know the grill will help push it down. We'll have to see. We may have to slot the bumper a little bit to get it to slide back, because I don't have any adjustment front to back. You only have side to side on this, and if one of those brackets is bent, that could be our problem. But let's grab the grill next and see kind of what it looks like. Now, look, I know we need to put headlights in first, but we're just test fitting here, guys. One thing I noticed is it doesn't have as many fitment points as the Stalker. Seems to be okay. Okay, it is in the bottom, clipped. Just clipped in that piece. And there's not, honestly, there's only like 7 of these or 6 screws that hold this thing in. That looks pretty good. Look, I know that you can tell, you can always tell you got an aftermarket grill when you don't have the closeout here in the center. Okay, the factory grill will always go up and encompass the entire emblem. So I wish that they could, I don't know if this is their way of being able to reproduce this without having to pay royalties to GM. I don't really understand why they can't do that, but all the aftermarket grills look that way, and look, one of these days, maybe I will come across the factory grill, and if I do, I'll pick it up, but for now, you know, this looks okay. Ooh, we're ways off up top here. Quite a ways off on the top one. The one that goes up and over. I don't want to break that, but same thing here. I'm not over tightening. You don't want to over tighten. I'm close on the holes. There's one that goes here in the center. And it lines up actually really well. It won't ever get tight because I think that piece is broken, but that looks pretty good. I was able to get it to fit correctly. I'm taking it back off because I missed 2 pieces on the bottom. So this grill, when it goes into place, it has to snap into the bottom. And it did on some of it, but it didn't on the other. So what I need to do is release it. I don't have to have my light. Release it from the pieces it didn't connect, or that it did connect to. These 2 center ones, for some reason it didn't line up and go into place. I think that may fix my wavy issue with that, with this bottom panel, because this grill really structures it up. I was able to release it and then clip this back, and it does make that look quite a bit better. I think a guy could clip that. I think you could probably install that on the grill and put the grill in with it. I think. But the bumper still does need to pull back, but golly, it looks pretty good. The fitment around the edges is pretty solid. There's a little bit of a gap over here. You know, we're dealing with aftermarket parts, guys. It doesn't fit like the original, but it doesn't fit terrible either. Like I said, until we run across a stock, you know, a stock grill, I don't really think I can do anything here. Now, I'd like to test fit my side markers. These aftermarket grills, they do not come with the inserts to put your screws in. And so we're gonna have to trim some ones that go to a license plate down. That one went in, but that corner's really close. We're gonna have to trim the corner off of one to make it fit there. Yeah, now let's just trim this little ledge off and make sure it fits in there nice. But I wish it came with this stuff. You guys, you know, there's gonna be stuff that, I'm gonna have to do the same to this one. There's gonna be stuff that doesn't come with, you know, aftermarket parts. Some does, some doesn't. But we'll get these trimmed off, put in there, and then I've got some new TYC bulbs, which I'll list in the description, like always, that should allow these to fit. Now we're not putting the lights in for good, but this is the right side. It says, goes in like this. Somebody's probably screaming at the camera like, what about the headlights? You gotta put those in before the grill. I know, I'm waiting on them. Yeah, it looks pretty nice. Let's zip it in with a couple of these screws that I have. I'm gonna clean those up too. And then I've, like, you can tell that this is kind of a hodgepodge of pieces. I think they're supposed to have washers on them, and some of them do and some of them don't. So what we may do is, dadgummit, I need some more of these, that's for sure. I'll tell you one thing GM didn't want here. They didn't want these things coming out. They're long. I don't know how to poke a hole in the radiator. Good night. I don't want to run them down with the screwdriver. I mean, an electric screwdriver, just because I don't want to crack anything. They look pretty good. Definitely looks better. Now, I do have the ambers for the sides. Those go on with speed nuts. The downside is I'm waiting on one. So I have 3 of the 4. The other one's supposed to be here today. It'll be in this video, I'm sure. We'll get that buttoned up. This stuff could actually stay on the grill, and you can remove the grill. And I'm gonna have to get a bow tie before we tie this up, because I don't have a bow tie for it either. But I think since Cohen's out here now, we may try to test fit the hood. You have to put your head under it like this. One started. Let's see the other one now. There it is. Get any of your started? Yeah. Both of them?
Where's the back one?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Get it. Do I need to pull it up or something? How I'm going?
Push it more.
can see the hole. Yeah? I think what we need to do, let's go see if you can find, I think it's a 13 or a 15. Is that like, yeah, that's what I thought. I immediately had mine in. This guy, go deal down there. Can you see where the paint, try to line up the bolt where the paint was at. Does that make sense? See how the, is it not tightened? Yeah. See the paint, where the paint's at? Start to snug it down.
Oh, the washer?
Yeah. It's not that important. Good? Yep. Okay. Let's see. Is there a piece of foam underneath it? Oh, dummy. No wonder. Yeah, it needs to come this way a little bit, but man, it fits nice. Well, no complaints with the hood alignment. It needs to go a little bit over, but I actually think this corner of this fender is kind of pointed in, so the gaps look great. Guys, the hood fits really well for an aftermarket hood. So here's what I think I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have Cohen, since he's out here, help me hold up the hood, because we didn't hook up the springs or anything. We're gonna hold up the hood. I'm gonna take the grill back out, and the reason I'm gonna do that is I'm gonna go ahead and test fit the headlights. And while I'm doing the headlights, I'm also gonna try to put in our little amber corners. So I don't know why some other brands or some other trucks have not come out with this, but Spider, and I'll list these in the description down below, came out with a glass headlight. You know what the awesome part about glass is? They never fade. They never sun fade. Now look, they could crack. If you're following somebody too close. I don't have bulbs yet, but this is what we've got. Holy cow, they packed them good. A left and a right headlight. Glass. See that? No fading, no issues whatsoever. I'm gonna leave the little plastic covers over until I actually get bulbs. We'll get a LED set up for this truck. I'm sure you guys know how I am about LEDs. But 1, 2, 3, 4 per side, 10 millimeters, and these guys will be in. Got that one put in. I don't know, they seem like they poke out a little bit. We'll just have to see. I'm gonna tuck the wire back underneath, kind of like we had before, and then we're gonna reinstall the grill after I get this other one in, and then we'll be able to kind of tell what we got. Now on your grill, you've got obviously a side marker that actually has a blinker linked in it. And I think I've got the wrong side here. This is right-hand side. So yeah, definitely the wrong side. That goes on the other side, but you get the idea. Now look, the downside is these are speed nuts. Okay, so when you're putting them on, they're creating the thread. So I don't like to do this with the machine. I like to do this by hand with the ratchet. These happen to be 13 millimeter that we're dealing with here. And if you get too aggressive, you're gonna break the post off. Now these being newer, not as big a deal, but especially the older ones. So just be careful when you're putting these on. I'm gonna go ahead and put the 3 in that I have. It's a bummer I don't, and maybe I need to go check the mail to see if the 3rd one came in, but let's put these in place. We got the grill all assembled over there. I got that other light in, put that speed nut on it, and you guys will see that here in a minute. But here's what I can't stand. This fits like garbage. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna take it out, because I don't like it. And guys, guess what? GM actually still makes this piece. I don't know where they make it, but I was able to get one, a brand new GM unit. And so the difference is crazy. I'm gonna go grab it real quick because I've got it over there. We're gonna pull this one out, put that one in. I may put them side by side so you can see them. Kind of look at what we've got. Then I think we'll put the grill in, the lights, kind of step back and take a look at what we've got. Only downside of this one is they put stickers on it. But look at this one, okay, compared to this one. Look at that. It's so much thicker. I think it'll fit first go. We won't have to trim on anything, and guess what it does? It fills the holes better. I thought my bumper was off, but that is not the case. Oh man, guys, this is ridiculous. How much better it fits. Way, way better. All right, so look, anytime you can buy GM parts, buy GM parts. Just is what it is. Wow. Yep, I'll take that any day over that aftermarket piece. All right, I'm gonna zip these in. We're gonna go grab the grill. I'm gonna put it in. We're gonna get the side marker lights in. We're gonna have a good look. What an amazing difference on fitment, guys. It's crazy. Let's grab the grill. Man, what a difference. Look, be careful tightening your grill down. Don't get too tight. I did use my impact, but I was really, really slow about it. You also noticed I did hook up the bolts in the hood to keep it out of the way, for the hinges anyway, or the springs. But now all I have to do is I'm gonna go grab our corner lights, put those in place, then we're gonna step back and take a look. Look at that thing. Man, I wish I had the trim for the top bumper. I've also got the flap for the bottom, but let's close this hood. It'll close. I may have to tighten those hinges up a little. Woo! I just had my painter out here and we adjusted the hood a little bit. Made some tweaks here and there, but guys, it looks really, really good. The fitment of the grill it's okay. The bumper fitment seems decent. The hood fitment seems pretty good. So there you have it. Back together, looking a lot better. But guys, I'm going to end this video here, and here's why. I'm taking my hood and that filler panel to be painted. I know that we're not painting the rest of the truck, right? That's not happening right now. So we're gonna have several pieces painted. I'm gonna buff on the rest is the plan, but for the time being, I wanted to make sure everything fit. I'm gonna blow this all back apart. I'm actually tomorrow taking him the filler panel and I'm taking him the hood. We're gonna have that painted. Guys, when I actually bought the paint for this entire project at one time. So the cool thing is I can kind of like have one sprayed and then spray another, and I'll have enough. I bought enough paint to do the entire truck. So maybe eventually we'll end up getting to that, but we got a lot accomplished in this video. I'm liking the way this thing is looking. It's gonna happen, like I said, it's gonna happen relatively fast. You're also gonna see some stuff disappear, in other, like maybe in videos, cutting in and out. Like we're gonna be working on the dually here very soon. And, but anyway, what do you guys think of the new front end, or the newish front end, right? So we got a new GM filler panel, aftermarket grill, aftermarket headlights, and side markers. I think it looks pretty nice. I think it's gonna look even better once we get the hood back. When the hood is painted white, it won't look, I don't like this contrast. Cohen was out here a while ago, he's like, oh, we could just leave the hood black and maybe paint the top black. No, I don't wanna do that. That's not my thing. I don't like that look. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments about all the new parts that we installed on this thing. Like I said, I know at the first of this video, I told you we were gonna go a little bit further than this, but I have decided, since I'm getting the hood painted and that filler panel painted, we're gonna blow this all back apart, and we will start maybe in this section on the next video on this truck, or we may go ahead and move on to the back because we have obviously the bed setting over there. I've got a new back bumper that you guys saw in a previous video, and maybe work on a few things that I don't like back there I've noticed on the suspension. But if you guys did enjoy this video, please, like always, smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are not subscribed, you gotta get subscribed to see this thing come together. We got a lot of stuff cooking in this shop, so you know, there's never a dull moment out here. So stay tuned to see this truck or what we work on next.